what time it is? That's right, it's time for Rivals Assemble, a Marvel Rivals podcast. I am your host, Mark Turcott, and you are tuned in to a very special episode. That's right, we interrupt your regularly scheduled podcast to bring to you a little something different this week. That's right, as promised, we are finally going to introduce you to and run you through running of the Marvel Multiverse RPG. That's right, this is a tabletop game, kind of similar to Dungeons & Dragons, so if you've never played one of these, stick around. I want you to give it a shot and see if you like it. And hey, maybe you played D&D, but you've never played Marvel Multiverse RPG. We got you covered. We're going to give you a run through on how this goes. And we're going to be running Matt's homebrewed Infection Point Wakanda. So this is the story that he was running at MomoCon, like he had been promoting here in the podcast for the last couple months here, that takes place in the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. And we're actually playing some Marvel Rivals characters. So trust me, stick around, give it a shot, see if you did this. Let us know, too, as well. Head over to rivalsassemblepod.com. Find all our social links over there. Let us know. Join the Discord. Let us know your thoughts on this. This is actually part 1, so we will be bringing you part 2 a little bit later, probably in a couple more weeks. It does end on a cliffhanger, so you're not going to get the full story here. You're going to get some good stuff happening, and we had a blast doing this. It had been a while since we had played some tabletop gaming, so it was a lot of fun. So sit back, enjoy. Matt went through and did some pretty great editing with some music and all that in there, too, so hope you enjoy it. And next week, like I said, we will be back to it. I know there's a lot of news coverage in Rivals, so we'll be back to it next week. So until then, everybody, enjoy, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bast, where are you? Princess Shuri shouted to the empty hall around her. She was the lone being inside the main chamber located at the center of the Hall of Dajalia. Her voice reverberated around the rotunda, echoing as the sole noise aside from the humming of transport carts waiting idly in the chamber beyond. She spoke to the bust of the goddess Bast on a pedestal along the wall. There was no reply. This wasn't good. Bast, I am Princess Shuri, the crown princess of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, the next in line to ascend the throne. I demand you reveal yourself to me. Shuri hated to invoke her royal privilege, but the pit in her stomach told her she was running out of time and options. She waited a moment. Still no answer. Shuri let out a low growl and raised her Kimoyo beads. A light show erupted from the bracelet, forming into a high-tech holographic display the princess immediately started manipulating. Swiping in large gestures, she called up a map of the surrounding area. 2 dots appeared on the display ahead of her. One represented herself in the middle of the hall's main chamber, and the other dot was located in the chamber beyond, behind curving walls providing privacy to its entrance. It flashed and flickered as if whoever or whatever it represented was blinking in and out of existence. Bast, I know T'Challa is here, but something is wrong. I cannot access the inner sanctum, and neither he nor you will respond to me. What is going on? Suddenly, chills rippled across Shuri's skin. Someone was in the room with her. She killed the display on her Kimoyo beads and darted her eyes around, quickly surveying the room. The princess didn't see anything, but she felt the air around her change. It was suddenly thick. It was harder to breathe. Shuri felt her breaths become more shallow as the room started to dim. She looked up to the windows lining the ceiling and gasped as what appeared to be black sludge started to spread across them until it blocked out the light from the outside. It began to drip down the walls, splashing onto the ground in heavy, viscous deposits. I am here, child, a voice replied. The statue in front of her began to glow with the purple energy of Djalia, the Wakandan spirit plane. Shuri knew it was Bast speaking to her, but it was in a tone she had never heard before. Bast sounded sinister. The king of Wakanda is indisposed at the moment. He is busy fulfilling his role as protector of this kingdom and the champion of the Orisha. Shuri knew something was amiss. Bast's voice or presence or whatever you would call it was usually comforting. There was usually a reassuring boldness in her words that put Shuri at ease. But that was gone. This sounded secretive, deceptive, and cunning. I know my brother is here. I know he came seeking your wisdom and blessing as the Empire faces the coming threat of Dr. Doom. Please, I must speak with him. Shuri never considered herself one to beg, but maybe this approach would convince the goddess to reveal T'Challa. If only she could get to the sanctum doors. My child, as we speak, the king is performing rites that will protect Wakanda from the coming threat. Powerful allies have offered their assistance. What allies? I would know if our partners had reached out. The princess interrupted the voice of Bast, but she spoke. Out of the side of her vision, gleaming black sludge began to seep in. It had begun to pool on the floor, moving in thickening tendrils towards the middle of the chamber where she stood. Calling up her holographic displays once more, Shuri attempted to analyze the substance creeping towards her, quickly covering the entire floor. She had to act fast. The princess broke out in a sprint directly ahead, towards the doors of the inner sanctum. The locks glowed a foreboding red, noting that they were locked. Override lockout protocol. Royal clearance code Griot. As she approached the door, she heard engines whining and locks rolling in their tumblers, protesting her orders. The doors began to slide apart as she neared them, and for a brief moment, they revealed King T'Challa, the Black Panther, kneeling and bound on the ground in thick black tendrils of the same pulsing ooze filling the chamber behind her. Red electricity crackled and sparked around the tendrils as his body convulsed. Brother, I'm coming! The next words were knocked out of her chest as an ebony tendril the size of a battering ram sprang from beneath him and propelled her out of the room back to where she'd once stood. Shuri landed with a loud thud and attempted to catch her breath. The thick air was filling her lungs. She couldn't get a full breath. The black sludge began to gather in front of her, rising into the air and starting to shift into the form of something, someone. You've dealt with threats like this before. You can get out of this, Shuri, she thought to herself. She had no weapons. There wasn't even enough access stations in the room to call up any Wakandan tech to help her either. Breathe, observe, adapt. That was the battle method her brother had taught her as a young girl. She prayed to, well, not Bast, obviously, that her brother could defend himself long enough for her to rescue him. A slimy hand began to emerge from the pool of black ooze, with razor-sharp claws gleaming in an oily, inky sheen. It lashed out at her, but Shuri quickly threw herself to the side, dodging it. A proper body began to form out of the ooze as the hand retracted and attached itself to what appeared to be a long, gangly arm. Shuri balanced it in a modified runner stance, ready to launch away from a possible next attack. Her muscles twitched as the claws launched again in her direction. But the moment her muscles twitched to move, her legs were snatched by rope-like bonds shooting from the obsidian pools around her. She was trapped. She wouldn't save T'Challa. Wakanda would fall, all because of her. Shuri braced for what would surely be the fatal blow. But it never came. She opened her eyes to see the astral form of a Wakandan warrior standing in front of her. The female figure glowed a bright red hue and held a large shield aloft, blocking the talon-like appendage as it reared back and attempted to break through again. "Who are you?" Shuri managed to eke out. "Princess, I am not the goddess you asked for. But right now, I am the goddess willing to help you. What do you say to a temporary alliance?" Bang, slash. The claws became larger, banging against the shield as the figure moved to block multiple attacks aimed at Shuri. In a flash of light, the shield became a long spear resembling the weapons used by the Dormelage, Wakanda's royal guard. This goddess artfully wielded it, spinning and striking against the appendages, slicing furiously through them. There wasn't time to think. She had to get out of here. "Princess?" the figure shouted as it continued to fend off attacks. "Yes, an alliance. Just get me out of here." The figure turned back and reached towards Shuri. A red light began to envelop her as her Kimoyo beads buzzed around her wrist. Analysis complete. Substance is a 98.387% match to organic material found on the planet's surface, Clintar. The rest of the analysis was lost in a rush of light and boom of thunder as the Princess of Wakanda and the mysterious red figure disappeared, and thick, inky darkness consumed the Hall of Djalia. Welcome, friends, to
Oh, man.
Infection Point Wakanda.
Woo.
I am your narrator tonight, Matt, and thank you for coming on this adventure with us. Nothing bad is going to happen at all tonight, guys. I just want you to
We just did.
want you to know that.
Our king.
For those of you not familiar with this system, we are playing the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game, which is, I guess it's not new anymore, but it is the latest Marvel role-playing system. Similar, I guess, a lot of games are to Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. I just want to assure you that if you don't know how to play, don't worry. Just have fun with the story, because we are going to take care of all the crunchy rules and stuff aside. Basically, if you've never played a role-playing game, our heroes tonight will be rolling their dice to use their superpowers, but also to use their innate abilities. And in a role-playing game, those abilities are determined by dice rolls ahead of time to basically give us a pool of numbers to choose from. And the abilities that we are looking for, I might call for these for a specific thing throughout the night. So if a character wants to do something, I'll say, okay, roll this for me. And those abilities that we roll are melee, agility, resilience, vigilance, ego, and logic. And each character has a different value for those. Our characters want to either meet or beat what I roll, or what has been pre-established for an adversary that they're coming up against. That is the essence of any type of dice role-playing game. Now, the Marvel game is interesting because we only use 3 dice. We use 3 6-sided dice, which you can get anywhere, but 3 d6s, and one of them is our Marvel dice. And instead of a 1 on this dice, it has been replaced with the word Marvel. Now, not everybody has a set of these specific dice. If you don't want to buy a specific Marvel dice, just know which one is going to be different for you. You can roll a few different things that will make the story more interesting. 616 is the best thing that you can roll. That's seen as an ultimate fantastic success, where whatever the character is trying to do is automatically accomplished, and I or they get to spice it up and make it a really cool comic book moment. You can get a fantastic success, which is anytime you roll and your dice, your Marvel dice lands on the Marvel or a 1. And that is usually accompanied by double damage or another effect that they could present, and I will wait out and see if we want to incorporate that. There's also an ultimate failure, or a fantastic failure, apologies. That is if they roll 2 1s and then the Marvel dice. And that is basically a critical failure. Whatever they want to happen doesn't happen, and then some. And I specifically implored the goddess Bast to curse all of their dice rolls tonight so that they would all get some ultimate failures.
No.
Come on, man.
We're looking for a TPK tonight, or
I'm calling go on one.
total party knockout.
Yeah.
Because we're
TPKO.
in the world of Marvel Rivals. If you haven't played, my job as a narrator or game master is to basically say yes to what they want to do and try and make it happen. I have story that I have constructed. This is an original adventure that I wrote, Infection Point Wakanda, and debuted at MomoCon, anime and video game convention in Atlanta earlier this year. Let's go around and introduce the heroes that we are playing tonight. So we'll start with Mark. Tell me who you are, and since this adventures inspired specifically by Marvel Rivals, you have all been pulled from different chronoverses. So I want to know where your version of this character is from, and what were you doing in the instant that you were snapped or pulled away? Basically, the Princess Shuri has requested help in rescuing her brother,
Gotcha.
King T'Challa.
So I am playing Iron Man tonight, Mr. Tony Stark. And the Iron Man that I am playing is the one from Midtown, from New York City, that is under the Eternal Night, where Dracula has taken over.
Oh.
And I have a feeling that he was pulled out when he was maybe just starting to get in a heated discussion with one Reed Richards over maybe who was the smartest one and maybe who had the best plan to fight back this eternal darkness. Maybe even at some point, maybe there was even some vampires kind of knocking on the door where they were, getting ready to break in, and kind of in a heated moment, he was just zapped out of it and doesn't know where he is and why he is suddenly here, and no longer in this building he was with his, I'm going to say, quote unquote, good friend, Reed Richards. So, yeah.
What is this Tony Stark's relationship to the Black Panther and Shuri?
I think this Tony Stark not only has jealousy towards Reed, but I think he also has jealousy towards Wakanda, because he thinks everything that they have has always just maybe come too easy for them, that he thinks all their technology is just, all derivative of the vibranium that they have, where he feels like he's the one that's smart. He's the one that always comes up with the new inventions or weapons or things like that. And that he also feels that, well, money can kind of buy anything. And it's
right. The money and the privilege had nothing to do with it. Yeah. Got it.
Yes. So he works with the Black Panther and has in the past, but doesn't necessarily have a great relationship with him, kind of for that reason.
Interesting. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays into this character's portrayal. Kens, to you next.
So I will be playing the duo of Bruce Banner and Hulk for this adventure. And this Bruce Banner is a genius, as most are, and he's developed the Gamma Belt, which has allowed him to control the anger of the Hulk a bit better, to kind of at will using the belt. But he does have a problem, and in the midst of being pulled from a chronoverse, he is frantically trying to solve a problem. And he's in a lab, he's like swiping around. He's got an assistant, and they are it's very important. There are terms being thrown around like polyester, spandex, potentially denim, And the biggest problem that Bruce Banner has right now is his pants do not work well with the belt when he transforms into the Hulk, and he it's we don't know what's going to happen. So it's a science problem.
And how is this Bruce Banner? How does he know, or what is his relationship to the Black Panther and or Shuri in his chronoverse?
I would say that this Bruce has a good relationship with Shuri as kind of a collaborative scientist. Unlike Iron Man, has probably worked with her in developing, needs for technology, things like that. Just kind of using what the Wakandans have, and they probably know each other, but are not super close. But not afraid to call if needed.
And the last hero in our party tonight, Neil, tell us all about who you're playing tonight.
I am playing Rocket Raccoon, who is not a raccoon. And when he is pulled in to help the princess here, he's working on his next big heist. He's breaking into a Zendarian vault, trying to steal a Kree energy siphoning device. And he's starting to break into the vault. He's about to get it. The door's going to open. And he just gets pulled suddenly in a shimmering light, zapped away.
And he's going to be perfectly fine.
He's been
not
planning
mad
for
at all.
months. He's
perfectly
pretty upset about it, and he was just about to get his payoff. So,
and does this version of Rocket, have any knowledge or relationship to the Black Panther or Wakanda at all?
I think their technology. He's always been interested in what they have there, trying to figure it out and make some devices that with the materials he has, but they're never as good. So a little bit of he's a bit upset and envious of Wakanda, but he probably sees Shuri at science conventions and stuff, and
yes, good old.
She's showing off her latest gadgets, and he's always playing it off like, oh, that's not that good, I can do better.
Okay. All right. Well, without any further ado, let's get to it. So you are pulled, heroes, from this moment that you just discussed, and you are deposited onto this small space cruiser. Seatbelts, of course, because safety even in space. And a large monitor blinks to life in front of you, and you see what appears to be, similar to the Princess Shuri that you may have met, may just have knowledge of. But she is imploring you help her. She has reached out to whatever Avengers across Chronoverse that she could find, because Wakanda is in peril. Specifically, the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. So this is a space colony out in the depths of space, where Wakanda has taken a lot of its civilization. They are right now docked above this massive planet, which they believe to be the place where the meteorites that produced vibranium originally occurred. That was the whole point of them going out into space, was to find the source of vibranium. We also know that since this is Rivals, there's been the advent of chronovium, and now that has played a part in some things. But basically, this is for all intents and purposes, this is the capital city of Wakanda made into a space colony out in the depths of space. So if the capital of Wakanda falls, then she posits that Wakanda itself will be no more. The forces that are left on Earth will not be able to defend themselves from the coming threat of Doctor Doom that she talks about. She relays to you that she is remotely piloting the ship into the spaceport on the side of the space colony, and from there she will meet you, and we're going to try and break her brother out. it won't take a roll to see that there's something that is troubling her. Pressing a little further, she relays this experience to you that she has in the Hall of Dajalia, talking about what she now knows to be symbiote material that filled the Hall of Dajalia. The seeming corruption of the goddess Bast, if that was her, who knows? But there's much more to talk about, and she says, we can do that in person. You are on the ship now, waiting to go into port. You see it off in the distance as the ship slowly is approaching the space colony.
Jarvis, status report. Jarvis.
Sir, what are you requesting the status of?
Where are we? Where am I?
You are in space, sir.
Is this the usual raccoon next to me here?
You calling me a raccoon?
Please define what you mean as usual.
Well, firework or rocket, whatever his name is. Is that
I'm
him?
Rocket.
Firework.
All right. I'm Rocket.
Please hold out your gauntlet and allow me to conduct a scan.
Are you asking me to do that, or are you asking the firework?
You are the only one who can hear
See
me.
gauntlets on these things, man?
Yeah, hold out,
I'm a voice in your head.
raccoon. Hold out your hand, please. I need to do a scan real quick.
I ain't holding out my hand for you. Where the hell are we?
Tony, that's not necessary. Clearly, this. We all don't know what's going on. We're in space. What's? How did we all get here?
Is this Banner? Because the Banner I know usually has scruffy beard and long hair and is usually just a wanderer out somewhere. Are you Bruce Banner?
Yes.
Wow, you clean up good, Banner. You look pretty good.
Yeah, I try. I have a new belt.
I was about to comment.
Functioning pants.
I was about to comment on the belt. So you definitely have upped your belt game for sure.
Those
anyways,
are some nice pants you got there, man. Wow.
We'll see.
So how did we get here? But last thing I knew, I was talking to Reed Richards. I don't know if you know him, but I was talking to him, and suddenly I'm on the spaceship, and Shuri from Wakanda is asking us for our help. I mean, do we know? Is this the real Shuri? Is this somebody we should actually be trying to help? Do we know? Where were you when this happened? When you came here?
I was just minding my own business, all right? I wasn't doing anything. Just hanging out. And then bam, I'm here. Just about to get paid for something, for a job I did. It was all above the table. So, you owe me.
Well, I don't know if I owe you anything, but
Neil's been working on this accent for way too long, I feel.
It's good. And Banner, I mean, were you working on your belt, I assume?
That was a very important science project. I can't talk about it.
Okay.
But I know that we need. Clearly we were pulled over for a reason, so we need to figure out. We need to find Shuri. So, yeah. Is there any indication? You say we're on a ship? Is that what you said? Are we floating in space? Where are we?
So you are in the ship. She said that she was remotely piloting it to the space colony, where she would meet you. She told you that she's the one who brought you here to help her out.
I mean, are we going to trust Shuri here? Is this? I
don't think we have a choice. What else are we going to do? We're in a spaceship.
Well, I mean, I have my suit. I could just take off, but I'm not. No,
see what happens.
No, I'm not going to do that.
No, nothing bad can happen in space.
Do we know, Jarvis? Can you tell us how long it is until we get to Shuri right now?
To the physical princess or to the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda colony ship?
To the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda colony ship.
Colony ship, yeah.
Shut up, raccoon. You can't hear that.
Would you like the walking speed, the driving speed, or the shuttle speed?
I see it right there at the window, man. We're pulling up right now.
Okay. Jarvis, we're going to have to fix your programming here.
Are you listening?
This is the snarky Jarvis.
Okay, all right. I guess we're gonna do this, and we'll see what she has to say. But we do need some answers when we get off the ship.
You feel a slight pull. You've entered the gravitational field of the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda colony ship. The shuttle starts to turn slightly, navigating you around the side. And as you pass around, you see basically the beautiful domed city of Bernin T'Challa. Beautiful buildings. As you continue around the sides, you see massive waterfalls and a large pool that seemingly flows out into nothing. And as you continue around, you do see the spaceport doors, and the ship begins to slow down. You feel that resistance as it starts to make its landing, pulls in through the space hangar doors, and lands on the ground. Now, for those of you at home, we are using some virtual tabletop mechanics, so we will try and describe a lot that we can since we're looking at pictures ourselves.
That was a bit of a rough landing. I would have done better myself.
I didn't know that you could actually fly a ship there, Raccoon.
I can fly anything. Steering wheel, no steering wheel, whatever.
Hopefully you get a chance to prove that to us here, because I have a feeling we're in for a little bit of an adventure.
Well, we're already here, so.
You step off the ship and you enter into a dim space hangar. Lighting is very low. Some screens provide a little bit of illumination around the room, but you don't see much. You hear the humming of the vessel that you were on as it is cooling down, the settling of the ship as its engines and its thrusters are cooling down, and then various equipment around you.
Where's the welcoming party? Shuri said she'd meet us here, right? You were listening.
You did, yeah. Actually, Jarvis, can you give me a playback of the last 10 minutes, please? I play recording.
Files corrupted.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure she said that she was going to be here to meet us.
Shuri, where are you?
Rocket, you yell out into, I guess, the nothingness, and you hear, "The princess is not here."
Who are you then?
From the other side of the ship. You don't see anyone.
I'll go over and peek around the ship. Hey, you back there? Who's over here?
For those listening at home, one of the funny things is it's like actually using our D&D characters right now. So seeing these names again, it's hilarious.
So nostalgic. Oh,
you walk around.
Uh-oh.
The Astral Elf Warrior.
And Matt's slowly revealing the fog of war on the map.
Yeah, we're
it's like
dispelling the fog of war.
It's a top-down. Our characters are on one side of this. Looks like a ship. And then looks like around the corner there's a Astral Elf Warrior. But
You're the one peeking over there.
And so, Rocket,
who's over there?
You scurry. I don't know what your verb of choice is going to be.
I'll just walk.
Might be walk.
Left shift.
Left shift.
Around the side of the craft, and you see this woman with braids, wearing a white lab coat. She has glasses and is holding a tablet. She's standing at a station, like a computer station. The screen is kind of illuminating her, as it's one of the only light sources in the area.
I'll actually hop up on the cockpit, like
on the hood.
Yeah.
The hood? The nose?
Hey, Shuri, is that you over there? What are you reading?
I am not the princess, but she wanted us to keep you here and to make sure you were comfortable. She said she will be a short while.
What's with the
Iron
lighting
Man.
design in this? It's terrible.
I had my helmet on the whole time. The helmet kind of comes back just so you can see just Tony's head. He kind of starts to begin to walk around the corner and just says, "How long is this going to be? I had a 5 o'clock date. I was trying to take care of those vampires back in the city, and I had a date down on Broadway a little bit later tonight. We had some tickets to go see Hamilton. Is this going to take long? Because I need to, try to get back if possible."
Even with the fastest ships in the galaxy, it will take at least 2 months to get back to Earth. I do not think you will be making that date tonight.
But I just made it here in a matter of minutes. So why can't she just send us back then?
That is a question I do not have the answer for.
And I'm sorry, who are you?
My name is Io, I'm a researcher here.
Around the corner, and I'll just say, "Oh, can you take us to Shuri then?"
She gave me specific orders to wait here with you.
What do we do while we wait?
That is beyond me. I'm a scientist.
Can you give us any background about why we're here?
I have the same questions as well. I was just told that we were expecting visitors to hold you here once the ship arrived.
Okay, Io. Well, I need to get back, and we need to figure out what is going on here. So this is my good friend Bruce Banner, even though Banner just go along with this. And he is not going to be happy waiting here a long time, and you do not want to see him when he doesn't get happy. So I think you need to take us somewhere, because just standing here is not going to work out. So can you maybe take us to Shuri? Can we maybe go somewhere? Because this isn't really going to work.
I have already told you my orders were to keep you here. You would have me defy the princess so that a man could come in and tell me what to do.
Can I
Just tell
the
me what you wanna
equivalent of like a deception check? Like I want to know I want to just kind of analyze her to see if anything funky's happening.
So if you want to do more insight,
Yeah,
we
sure.
can go with... Okay.
First roll of the night.
Give me a logic. You're going to roll for logic, and the difficulty rating is going to be 11.
Okay. Dice roll. Here we go. All right. Is a 1 a fantastic or is a 6 a fantastic?
On the Marvel dice, a 1 is fantastic.
Okay. This is a
And it counts as a 6 when adding.
this is a
What is 6
9.
out of?
Wait, 9 plus
Your
8.
logic.
So
17.
17. Yeah.
Well, dang. Okay, note to self.
Banner's genius.
Don't nerf,
I'm very smart.
don't nerf the rolls. So what are you... What are you looking for?
Shuri told us that she was going to be here. She's not here. This person seems really fishy, and I just kind of want to. What are they typing on over there? Like, what's the vibe of this person?
With the logic check and the insight, I think it's her disdain for Tony Stark is very real.
Well, that's not new.
She get in line. The fact that he would ask her to defy an order just because it's something he wanted, that that frustration is very real, very genuine. As you are, I kind of think with that higher roll, like in Sherlock, where Benedict Cumberbatch is looking around and things start glowing and he's like, oh, I noticed this, oh, I noticed that. It looks like she might be wearing a wig. You see that she has a finger that has been continuously on the screen of the tablet that she's holding, and she has not released it.
Not swiping.
Yeah, it's just like depressed on the
I'm
tablet.
gonna walk over to her and just kind of be like, "I'm interested in what you're working on here. What's going on?" And I want to get like right behind her.
You go to move behind her, and she very quickly turns and counters you, quickly pulling the tablet up to her chest, and she says, "I'm sorry, you do not have the clearance to see this."
Oh, but I'm sure I can figure it out. Do you need some help?
I'm not doubting your intelligence, but this is specific Wakandan technology.
If it's that secret, then why were you working on it in here with all of us in the room?
I was here and you arrived. I am not the odd one out here.
While this was happening,
You three.
Tony walks up behind her because her back is to him now, and he just puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "You sure you don't want us to take a look at that?"
Give me an agility check with trouble. So you're going to roll agility with difficulty of 14, and you're going to re-roll your highest dice.
So a non-combat check. Rolling that now. I got a 12. My highest dice was my Marvel dice, which was a 5. So I am going to re-roll that dice. And we're going to do this one. And it is now a 3. So 1, 4. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't get it.
As you go to move behind her, she counters you again, not presenting her back to either Bruce Banner or you, catches your hand in midair and says, I would not reach toward a woman you do not know.
When she has her hand up, I'm going to grab the tablet.
Give me an agility check with trouble. I'm going to need difficulty of 15.
Ooh. Oh. Okay. I did get the Marvel. No, I didn't. It's not a 6. It's a 1. Man, that's backwards in my brain.
No, that's no. If it's a 1, then that
no,
that
like
is the
1
mark.
is the fantastic, and in my brain, the 6 is the fantastic, and not the 1.
Got it,
So
got it.
I rolled a 6. So I rolled 2 6s and a 2, so 14. So I'll re-roll the Marvel die, agility.
Yeah, so you would add your non-combat check.
12.
To that. Plus 12?
12 total.
Okay, I was like, huh?
I'm
You're
very
a low-
fast
you're a low
and very
guy.
smart.
How are you reaching out for this tablet? Are you just like, oh, one hand? Are you like trying to just like yank it away? Like, what are you?
Probably pretty forcefully, because I would
Okay.
want to try to do that.
So she has one hand out, batting away Tony Stark, almost as if she senses you coming towards her. She like under palms the tablet away from you, pulls her leg back, and snap kicks you in the stomach, pushing you back. That is an 11. For what is your melee defense?
10.
Okay, so that is an 11. That hits. So that is going to be 3 points of damage as you get like knocked back and start skittering back. She takes a step back from you, Iron Man. She says, I would watch your next movement very wisely.
Raccoon, you got any ideas here?
I'm not getting involved in this. He's just checking out the ship, like looking at different technologies that he's never seen. Like, oh wow, look at this. What are you guys doing over there? Leave her
You're
alone.
welcome to go back on the ship or wait for the princess.
You heard the lady. Let her be. We're guests here. Show you some respect.
All right. Maybe the raccoon's right. Maybe we'll wait.
Anyone who would like to can give me a vigilance check with a difficulty of 12.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, look.
Okay.
You get a roll.
11. But then I add something?
Yeah, your non-combat
4,
check, that'll
which
be
would
the
be
third
15.
column.
There you
Okay.
go.
Hypersense.
As this researcher says that to you,
My ears perk up.
what are Tony and Bruce doing? Are they turning away from her? What are you guys doing?
I'm going to be close by still, but you'll leave her alone.
Yeah, Tony's just kind of backing up like, okay. When he was saying okay, he kind of put his hands up, but just like still facing her, not turning away from her at all. Just kind of backing up just a little bit. Give her a little bit of space.
She keeps her eyes on those two, but Rocket, you see her deftly kind of bring up her arm, and she clicks a bead on her Komoyo beads, and then, puts her arm back down by her side.
Did Tony see that?
Not unless you made the check.
Okay.
What do you got those beads there for? I think I heard about those. Got your magic beads? Jack and the Beanstalk?
I believe that was a bean.
You sell your
Not
cow
a
for
bead.
those beads?
So many wrong things with what you said. These, she holds up her wrist, and the glowing bead is kind of obscured the way she holds it up. She's like, everyone in Wakanda has Komoyo beads.
Those are
Jarvis.
nice.
Tony's kind of saying this in his head. Jarvis, give me a status on those beads. Let me check on those beads.
When you say status, sir, what do you
What
mean?
the hell are they, Jarvis?
Matt was not prepared to play Jarvis. This is amazing.
Well, if you would listen, which is something that Pepper has implored you to do before, she just said they were Komoyo beads. a form of electronic communication, much like any smart device a person would wear.
Jarvis, run interference and stop the communication to those beads, please. Use the EMP pulse that I installed yesterday, please.
Give me an agility check. I'm going to give you edge. Difficulty of 14.
Okay. All right, so I rolled a 12. My lowest was a 1, my first dice. So I'm going to re-roll that die. And re-roll it to a 5, so 16.
Okay. You see script running in your heads-up display. You see Jarvis tapping into the network, trying to throw up a jamming signal. You see a slight spark on her wrist. Nothing. It's not like sparking from a fire. Almost as like it overtakes the illumination, like it's glowing blue, and then for a second just like sparks red or something like that.
Okay.
Spark wasn't the right word to use. But off in the distance, you begin to hear footsteps. You look further down the corridor, and you see some more researchers walking towards the ship.
Oh, so I guess your friends are here now.
Where's Shuri, though? That's who we came here to see.
She looks at you, Tony, and she says, "Yes, I have many friends. And as I told you, the princess wants you to wait here. You can either wait on the ship quietly, or we'll wake you up when she arrives."
Wait a minute. What do you mean, or you'll wake us up?
I have had enough of the three of you, and it has been only minutes. And she reaches up to her braids and pulls off the wig, revealing just a bare shaved head, tosses it to the ground. She opens up a drawer on the station that she's working at and sets the tablet inside and pulls out what looks like just a small, like handheld device that she grips in her palm, shuts the drawer, and her posture, you see, is much broader. She's standing up straighter. It looks like the way that she's standing makes her look like a completely different person. She takes the glasses she's wearing, just tosses them aside. The time for ruses is over. You will do what we say.
Are we being detained here?
I guess
Can we leave?
now you are.
Come back. Call us back when she's ready. Came to help.
Onto the ship.
All right.
Did you just ask us to go back on the ship? Or, I'm sorry, tell us to go back on the ship? Demand us to go back on the ship? Jarvis, we're not going to do that. Cue AC/DC Thunderstruck, and let's do this. And the master goes...
Sir, we do not have the rights for that music. The license lapsed.
That's fine.
All right, roll for initiative.
And Tony just kind of like pops up kind of up in the air and just begins to hover at that point.
Okay. All right, so for initiative, we are going to roll all 3 dice and then add your initiative modifier.
I do also want to point out to those listening right now, I am not rolling physical dice because this game can also be played through digital versions like Roll20, or I'm actually using Demiplane for this. So just so people know.
Because he's a cheater.
Well, no, they can hear different ways to play.
17.
15.
Fantastic 13.
All right, so first in initiative, Rocket, it is to you.
What are you doing, Stark? I wasn't ready for this, but I guess
Doing what we need to do, Raccoon.
All right.
As Tony did this in response, the woman in front of you flicks her wrist, and the device that she's holding extends into a full-length staff, the end of which begins to crackle with a little bit of electricity.
All right. Well, I guess I gotta be trusting in you, eh, Stark?
Yep.
Hope you know what you're doing. I'm gonna
Sometimes I do.
boost your powers. Spend 15 focus, and I pick one other character within 5 spaces and boost all of their powers. If their powers have ranges or effective areas or durations, they're doubled. If the powers affect a damage multiplier, add 1 to the effects. Any effects that normally happen when a fantastic success automatically happen on any success, not just a fantastic one.
So basically, whenever Mark will do something, Neil, you kind of like check your ability stuff against it and tell him what to add to that, basically. Yeah.
So I have to go, I don't know what 5 spaces are, but I want to be 5 spaces away from you. All right, so you're boosted, Stock.
Yay.
All right, that is to you, Tony. You're next.
Well, I don't really want to hurt you, but I don't want you to tell us what to do. So he's going to use. I have the ability to do an elemental push, where I can use my ego, and if I succeed on it against their agility defense, then I can move them in any direction. And depending if I can get a fantastic, I can actually knock them down and blind them. So
Any success is a fantastic success for you
any success.
because it's boosted.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this against her agility defense.
Agility defense is a 14.
I got a 14.
Okay.
So a success.
All right, and that's a fantastic success.
Yes. So fantastic success. The target also takes regular damage. So the damage on that was 19.
Whoa.
And is
Okay.
knocked prone and becomes blinded for 1 round.
Is that the double damage from being a fantastic success, or is that?
No, that's just actually regular damage. So, because I wasn't able to add that. So if he made it a fantastic, then am I doubling that because it's fantastic?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's actually what 38
38.
damage. Plus she's blinded for 1 round, and he hollers to Banner. Banner, grab the pad.
Isn't the pad a spear now?
I think she put it in a
No.
drawer.
All right, so we have warriors who are going to be in double their movement to get there, and they've doubled their movement. There are 3 additional researchers. You now recognize them as members of the Dor Milaje, the Royal Guard, casting off these, not necessarily, I guess, disguises, but just some lying in wait people, waiting for whoever would come in. Now we are at Banner's turn. We have 2 who make it down to the tail end of the ship, and then 1 who comes up directly behind the Dor Milaje, who Tony has just blinded. And you said knocked her back?
Yeah, and prone and blinded.
How far back does it say?
It says up to 1 space times the character's rank. Can move her 3 spaces back, I guess, because my rank is 3.
Okay. All right, Banner.
So movement. I have a run, a 2 speed for run. So does that mean two tiles?
2 spaces.
Or
Yes.
oh man, yikes!
You think he's a...
Little man.
My range is 10 plus my damage modifier, so a pretty solid range then. I'm assuming that means 10 squares,
Correct.
10 tiles. All right. Well, I can't reach the thing. I will
The thing's here.
go these 2, and then I'm gonna pull out my gamma ray, and double tap this one that's prone.
Nice.
So that's gonna be a ranged attack.
She is the one that is prone right
Yeah.
here.
This one? Yeah, I'll shoot that one.
Okay.
So
Agility
roll
defense is 14.
12.
Okay. And this was the one that was wounded. You shot the woman who was
Yes.
down. Just like a gentleman. Got
The
it.
ability is
Okay.
called double tap.
And the effect, she is prone and blinded. Correct, Mark?
Yes, prone and blinded for 1 round. I mean, well, prone and then blinded for 1 round.
Try and use a reaction. I'm going to give her trouble since she's...
Prone and blind.
I mean, she should have double trouble.
Nope,
right.
I can't do that because you are out of range, actually. Okay, so what is the damage on that?
Oh, it
Double
hits.
tap.
Oh, no, it doesn't hit. I'm
That's what I
sorry.
thought.
False
Just
hope.
kidding.
I mean, I'll give you the damage because it's probably gonna be a lot.
Like a million bajillion. Okay. But we are back to Rocket.
All right. Well, usually these are the good guys, right?
Yes,
They
sometimes.
help Jerry out?
Why are they fighting us?
I don't know.
Who shot
Probably-
first anyway?
We're not the ones who started.
Yeah, you're
combat.
probably right about that. I probably was a little bit of a jerk, but hey, you're still coming at us. Where is
What's our
Shuri?
game plan here?
We need to hear from Shuri. Just take care of the one in front of us right now.
Take care of her.
You can make some rolls to try and force information out of people. You could try and find maybe another source of information in the space. You don't have to just fight, but this is fully up to you.
I just pushed them.
That was pretty cool.
I had a
All
one
right.
shot.
You're just blinded and knocked
Well, I
down.
mean, you know,
and
she hit her head kind of hard. I'm sorry.
and the little guy who can't run
38
far
damage.
just double tapped her.
Well, if he's shooting, I'm gonna shoot too. I'll do a ability or agility, I guess, ranged attack.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
am I supposed to know what my range is and stuff?
You're within range from where you are right now. You're definitely within range.
All right, I'll do a range attack on the other one.
We're like on the other.
one that's closer.
Okay, the ones that's in front of her. 14 is the score. Defense score.
16. I got.
16 hits.
I add my non-combat checks, or do I add anything or no?
No, because
Oh, okay. So I don't add anything. So then
did
I'm
you
11.
down at the bottom of the? You did the
That's just for damage.
down at the bottom. So you did the hits. The damage you get at the bottom of your character
Yeah.
sheet.
Okay. So my dice shows 11, so I didn't hit then. Right? I don't get to do any modifiers for my damage or to hit. Okay.
No.
No, I did not hit then.
Okay. So I'm seeing what you are still on
I
the.
just started
the hood of
Clark and
the ship.
shooting here. Yeah, I'll maybe climb up a little bit, get a good high vantage point because I know how to play rivals and go off angles, bro.
The one that you shoot at, she ducks out of the way, snaps out her wrist. The full-on staff emerges from there, and she is going to use a reaction, and she is going to throw this spear at you.
It's Namor all over again.
So what is your resilience defense score?
That's a good question. 14. Nope, 13.
Okay.
Unless they get 13.
That is a 12, so you are able to just, kind of slide on by. You get out of the way as the spear just flies past you. But as it goes past, you hear and feel like a crackle and a buzz in the air as you turn around and watch it dissipate in the air, and it's recalled to her hand from where she stood. Okay, that is to Tony next.
All right, so Tony right now is hovering, but he quickly shoots off and he's going to fly right over above her, the one that he knocked down and is blinded, and kind of set his repulsor up and just point down and just say, "Tell me now what is going on here." And you kind of hear that,
Yeah, like
it charges up and
capacitor.
it's ready to go. And so I guess that's like an intimidation, which is what, an ego, I guess? Is that?
Yeah, give me... I'm not... No, I told you could do this. This is a trained warrior of the Dorm
Who's blinded?
I'm going to say...
Can't see the intimidation.
I'm going to say that... That's going to be a 15 difficulty.
Okay. An ego, right? That's going to be, right?
Correct.
I mean, it really should just be her defense score, right? Well, I guess you don't have it. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to show the camera so everybody can actually see this. This is a 20 with the marble
He's lying.
in the middle. You can see it there. That was
Nice.
my latest roll. Oh,
You see it.
20.
Okay, so that is a
Fantastic. Yes.
success. And so what was the question?
He was basically just standing above her, just holding down, just saying, "Tell me now what is going on here."
As you say that, you see her eyes are darting around. She's still trying to blink out this it was probably the flash bang effect that blinded her, right? From the
Elemental burst.
showcase of your power. And she's, trying to blink that away, but then her body slows. And you see out of like the nape of her outfit a small, quick dart of black.
God, here we go.
And her pupils turn black. And she says, and you hear in a much deeper, guttural voice, "The princess will not be joining us." And give me, what's your melee defense?
It is a 12. Now I am in the air, so does that mean anything? Because I'm hovering, so I think they would have to roll with trouble. But it is a 12. That was my melee defense.
I like the trouble call.
Above the table, she has edge on this roll, so it's just gonna be a flat roll.
Okay, good. Counteracted. I like it.
That is a fantastic success. She kind of whirls around on her feet, kicks herself up, and without even looking, like, kicks you in the chest. And doesn't, like, send you back, but almost is trying to, like, hook you down to, like, bring you
Gotcha.
to the ground so that she is on, like, the same field of play as you. Yeah.
Okay. Is there damage in that?
There is. That is 10 points of damage.
Okay, this isn't the normal people that are with the Black Panthers.
What are they called?
Okay.
Dorm
The
Melange.
Dorm Melange.
Melange. Thank you.
That was her action. And then the one beside her, she's going to turn around and she's going to launch a vicious attack at you. As the one kicks and hooks to bring you down, the other comes up with her spear. That is a fantastic success. If the attack is a success, the enemy takes regular damage. On a fantastic success, the enemy takes double damage and suffers the weapon's special effect.
What's the
So that's
special
a
effect?
6. Where
My
is it?
spear.
I don't have the
Hail?
damage multiplier block, so I'm having to do this for this character. That is melee, so that is times 2 plus 3. So 15 points of damage. Actually, that's 30 points of damage because it's doubled. The sparks, as they start to, she stabs into your armor, sparks spew from it, and your HUD begins to flicker as your thrusters on your boots give out, and you are grounded for a round. We have these other two. They're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're doubling their movement. All right. That is to Bruce.
All right. Well, now we know that they're bad. I think it's time.
Tony, did you share information about what happened? What you saw with anybody?
Well, all I said aloud was, "Yeah, I don't think these are the usual Wakandans."
Okay.
So there wouldn't have been any indication of seeing the goo coming out
I'm
of
just
them or
gonna say
whatever?
there's black in her eyes. Black in her eyes. Take me down, Jarvis.
You do see them like team up and ground Tony basically. Like his suit is on the fritz right now.
Right. Well, I'm gonna Hulk out. And
Okay. And for viewers at home, Hulk has a completely different character sheet than Bruce Banner. So
I'm hulking out, and I think that's my turn, right? Isn't that just a whole turn, just to
Correct.
Hulk out, and then
right.
that's a pass? So
You're
okay,
just
I'm now the Hulk.
okay, we are back to Rocket.
All right, so Tony's looking pretty hurting there.
I'm not sure.
I'm just grounded, like they kind of swarmed me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try an elemental burst with my energy weapon. I assume that's what I have.
Okay. And who are you aiming at?
The person that hooked Tony down.
Okay, got it. So that is this one.
So it's a ranged attack. No modifier,
Yep.
I guess. I got 10.
The agility defense is a 14. That misses.
Just making black marks on the floor.
This, that's what happens when your healer wants to, when your strategist, I'm sorry, wants to...
Ain't no healer, and I'm not a raccoon.
Okay, Tony.
Okay, so right now the one has me. Am I kind of tangled up in the tendrils? Is that kind of what's keeping me down on the ground from the one?
No, like she just kicked you, brought you down. The other speared you into your armor, and the electricity, like something short-circuited in your armor that turned your boot thrusters off.
And they're both like right next to me, right? They're both kind of basically on top of me. Okay.
Correct. Tony's dream.
Okay, Jarvis. It's time to go supernova. So I'm going to use my ability supernova.
Strong hero, sir.
What?
As you were.
I can use, it costs me 15 or more focus. So I have to use at least 15. It says character makes an ego check and compares that against the resilience defense of every enemy within 10 spaces. For these attacks, add +1 to the character's ego damage bonus for every 2 points of focus they spend. Now, do I still have the boost from Rocket, or was that just for the one turn?
Hold, please.
Yeah, see what duration says for that.
Duration says concentration. So what, I
Okay.
have to keep thinking about it, or can I still be shooting my elemental blast?
So since he shot, I'd say that's effectively breaking concentration, right?
I did an elemental burst instead of concentrating on that. Yeah. Okay.
I will, you know what? Because we didn't think about that, and I could have warned you about that. I'll give you edge on your next action, Neil, as a sorry for not alerting you.
That's nice.
Or reminding you to check duration.
I need it. Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to make an ego check. And on this, it's going to cost me 15. And then I add +1 to the ego damage bonus for every 2 points of focus. And I think I'm going to spend... I got a lot of focus.
Dang it. I'm going to use 100
I'm going to use
focus.
30 focus. So it's going to cost me 45. And it's just a massive, just like burst. Just to kind of see what I can do here. So come on, ego check. Don't mess up.
Ego defense is 13.
Okay. I just got a 13 even.
Meets it, beats
So
it.
it says character makes an ego check, so it's +1 for every 2. So I spent 30, so it's 15 damage. It was not a fantastic, so they take half damage.
Okay.
It says. So yeah, bonus.
So
On a success, the affected
damage.
target takes half the total damage. So and +1 to the damage. So let's see, the damage would have been, I'm sorry, hold on. Hold please. Let me get what the damage was. Was 13 plus then 15. So 28 halved is 14 damage to each of them.
okay.
That's pretty good.
The suit still works, I guess.
Doesn't hurt me,
Jarvis,
does it?
Jarvis, quickly repair the boots. No, it just says enemies.
Are you sure you want me to repair the boots in combat?
Yeah,
sir?
we got to get out of here. At least
Okay,
enough to get me up,
Give me a...
or at least try to turn them back on, Jarvis. We don't maybe need to
And they're
repair.
the micro bots.
Give me a resilience check with trouble
Whoa.
to
my middle dice.
try and perform a repair mid-combat. Difficulty of 12.
I rolled a 15, but my middle Marvel die was a 6, so I have to re-roll that with the trouble. And let's see, hold up. It comes back with a 4, so it's a 13 on that. I got it.
Okay. So, I will say, for all intents and purposes, that this was just your turn.
Right. So I did my attack, and then now I can. Well, I guess that was in your call.
If that hadn't have been like the one round, you would have I would have given you that successfully because we made the roll. If you guys think of anything like that, let me know. So yeah, boots, click, click.
Cue ACDC.
You feel yourself start to lift back up in the air. The royalty-free version.
DCAC.
D. Next, our Astral Warriors. We are going to do. They do not like you right now. That is 14. Tony, just so you're aware, that hit 3 of the Dorma.
Oh, wow.
Within the
Okay.
vicinity. The only one that was outside of that 10 space radius was the one furthest to the left. So they all took that damage. They are... Can't have anything nice. We are going to do... Gonna do another vicious. They're each, the ones in proximity to you, Tony, they're each gonna do a vicious attack to try and take you down.
So what does a vicious attack mean?
It hurts.
It's one of their attacks that is vicious. Character makes a close attack. If it's a success, the enemy takes regular damage. On a fantastic success, double damage and suffers the weapon's special effect. So like kind of what your elemental burst would be, but it's a melee attack. That is 10 on a melee. Okay.
Good thing we got these boots back up.
That is a fantastic success. That is a 616.
No.
God.
Quadruple damage.
Wow.
First 616
Tony's dead.
game. Gonna kill that Iron Man. Okay, so let's see here. That is. Let's figure out our damage first. My favorite thing in RPGs is to kill Mark.
Yeah, the character I normally play, Ace, is very. He's a big risk taker, I guess.
You got some Ace vibes going here.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play Iron Man because I can be just arrogant jerk.
That is going to be another 30
Oh my
damage.
lord!
Wow.
And because this was an ultimate mega super duper fantastic, I need you to give me a resilience roll with trouble, difficulty of 14, to keep your suit on.
Oh, okay. Well, with the trouble, so I rolled a 10. My highest dice was a 3, so I got to read.
Yikes.
So I mean, there's no. Well, I guess it's possible.
You
It's
could
possible,
roll-
right? Yeah, I guess because I could roll higher.
Say yes and see what happened.
Nope. 12 total.
Okay. The first spear comes toward you, you dodge it, but you open yourself up directly for the second spear to jab directly into your arc reactor. You see sparks start to crackle, and she looks at you with bared teeth. She said, "We asked you nicely to wait in the ship." And your HUD goes out of control, and all of a sudden you just hear, "Zhoo." You drop out of the sky to the ground, prone, and I'm going to say effectively, you're going to have to spend a turn to reboot. Like, it takes Hulk around to transform. You're going to have to reboot now.
Well, I mean,
Get it?
the last time you actually told us to, you didn't ask.
They don't hear this because you're in the middle, like you're in a dark suit with no like mic, so they're just like, is he saying something?
Quiet.
I was born in the darkness. Next, Neil. There is a warrior who has got on top of the ship and has sprinted towards you. She is going to attempt a vicious attack on you as well. That is a 16 For melee.
Yep. That hit.
Okay.
I got 15.
So that hits. That is 15 points of damage as she basically like whips her staff up and like knocks you in the head, like sending you skidding a little bit. I won't make you move for it. It's just like flavor.
Easy now.
She looks at you holding her staff and she says, "Put yourself on the ground or we will do it for you." And then the one over here, she's gonna come up behind you, Kens, and do the same thing. Oh, dang it, but he's the Hulk now.
Right.
It's gonna duck. It's gonna bing! It's 12.
For melee? No.
For melee.
puny tickles.
Literally, like, it bounces back and you can see it like vibrating in her hands because of like the backlash.
Okay.
And Banner just destroys everyone.
Please.
The end.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Did my pants survive? That's a very important question.
The belt.
Roll me a resilience check with straight roll, no modifiers. If it is 13 or higher, yes. If not,
Pants check.
11.
Oh, no pants. Just the
pants
belt.
didn't
So,
make it.
oh man, just the belt?
Wait, are these the new pants, or were you done with the new pants yet?
There's the prototype pants. I'm wearing them. So.
Okay, let me give you edge then. I'll give you edge for prototype pants. So re-roll your lowest.
9.
9 total?
So it went down.
Yeah. Hulk is in his underwear.
Too much poly, not enough cotton. Back to the drawing board.
Underwear Hulk.
Can't keep
Okay. Not embarrassed at all. Don't worry about it. So now,
Give us the skin.
now my speed is 6. So I'm gonna run all the way up to these two that are in between Tony.
I already know what you're gonna do, dang
And
it.
I'm going to clobber, or hang on. What's the one? Banging heads is the ability. The character makes one melee check against both melee defense scores of 2 enemies. If it fails entirely. If it succeeds, both take full damage. So
Nice.
14 melee defense.
are there modifiers to this?
Nope.
No modifiers to attacks.
Nope. Just non-combat.
That is just an 11.
Okay.
Wait, no. One of those is a fantastic. Yeah, it's a 1.
Okay, I was about to find a reason to give you a fantastic because that's like
The one throws me off so much.
Okay.
Yeah, my Marvel dies are fantastic.
All right, so let's look at banging heads real quick.
And I mean, there is modifiers to your damage. It's just it's added at the end of.
Just for damage, not to hit.
Right.
So fantastic success. Each enemy is also knocked prone.
Nice.
Okay. And is this half? What's the
attack
damage
is
on
success
that?
against both foes. Each enemy takes full damage. Yeah, so no change of damage for fantastic. Oh, so damage.
So what's the damage?
Sorry, yeah. I don't know if there's anything else.
We'll cut
Now you
that
take
out.
your middle one.
So just so that's a
Marvel
6.
dice, which is 6.
Just the Marvel die.
6
yeah,
plus.
it's 6.
Now you get
6
your
plus
modifier.
6, so 12 damage to both of them.
So, and since it was a fantastic success, that's doubled.
Oh.
So 20.
My thing doesn't read double those. It always double.
If it's a fantastic success, it is.
Yeah. So 24 damage a piece, and they're both prone.
So you bang their heads together, throw them to the ground, or you narrate that to me. What is this?
Oh yeah, we're Hulk smashing. So I'm just gonna run over, and just grab them both by kind of like the base of their skull and just slam them into the concrete.
Nice.
One starts to pull herself up, like barely. She's like, you just hear them groaning, like, ugh, but they're refusing. You know, the one is refusing to go down. The other, you're too tall and kind of in a rage right now, so you're not sure if she's still breathing, but she's not moving.
Oh yeah.
So one effectively off the board.
Just gonna look at the other one and scream.
Back to Rocky.
I fly over and give my buddy Tony some healing hands, or is that what it's called? Healing hands. Cost 15 focus.
Yes.
Character can heal a target with the touch. Every point of focus the character spends, they get a point of health up to their maximum score. I'll do 20. 25.
Health?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh.
25. I will take that.
Good chunk.
Thank you, Rocket.
I'll use my healing beam.
I remember
my
your
healing
name.
ball. And just like it'll
Bloop.
bounce around
Bloop.
inside your
Bloop.
armor.
You shoot at the ground.
Yeah, shoot at the ground, doesn't matter.
You're not really sure if it's working because this is Alphonse, like, just like chilling on the ground right now.
Thanks, Rocket.
Not really sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't mention it.
All right. Tony, that is to you.
Okay, we gotta
But we
reboot
are-
this, Jarvis. Are you there, Jarvis?
How, if the suit were dead, how do you think Tony would reboot it? Like, what's the
I
protocol
would think
for
he
that?
would have at least some sort of manual
Eject.
button or something within the suit that he can press and not need to rely on.
Like with his nose.
Probably with his fingers. It's probably built into the tips, the fingertips of the gloves. So he just does whatever he needs to do to that to get it rebooting.
Okay.
So do I need to?
And you see, just like in plain, simple, like MS-DOS, you know, just like rebooting, and it's just like flashing on this static screen. You don't have Jarvis back yet, but we're getting there. But you feel the effects of Rocket's healing ray on you. They are prone, so they are going to use their movement to get up. They're going to lash out at Rocket because they see some kind of healing happening with a vicious attack. That's a 7
Nope.
to hit.
Melee?
Okay.
Still no.
We are moving forward. And the other two have the same idea. Well, actually, one is moving towards you, Rocket. The other is going to move towards Tony because they see that he's down and they want to make sure that he stays down. Okay, so let's see here. 14 melee to hit Rocket.
Nope. 15.
Okay. Prone character on the ground. They have trouble on all melee attacks. People making close attacks against the character have an edge. Ranged attacks against a prone character have trouble. Cost a prone character 1 space of movement to stand up. Okay. So they're going to have edge on this attack against you, Tony. That is a 14, and I'm going to re-roll my lowest. It's a 14. Okay. So that is going to be 13 points of damage as you feel they're aiming for like the joints of your armor, where it's probably like the thinnest, the weakest, like just trying to like keep you down. Okay. And that is to Hulk.
Right. Man. Oh. Hang on. So is a target anything around me, or is a target something I specifically want to target? You know, like creature and enemy.
What do you mean?
Like, you know what I mean?
that?
Like,
Yeah.
because it says your target, but can I pick the target, or is this like a fireball situation?
I think you can pick.
So what is the what are we
ground shaking stomp? I think. Hang on. Yeah, the character makes a melee check and compares that against the agility defense of every target within the character's reach.
I'm gonna say because of the grouping we're in right now, for those of you at home, we are in a very tight clump. Basically, everyone has moved in together and is within.
They are within
a few feet
stomping
of
range.
I'm gonna say, like, this can't be controlled. And if it were, there were a slight divide, I'd give it to you. But I don't think you can control that here. But I mean, Tony just got some help. Rocket,
Helped Tony.
maybe with some heads up, they could dodge. You do have reactions. You guys know that, right?
Oh.
Some of your moves are specific reaction moves. You can take a reaction move.
Yeah.
Things like that.
We're gonna go for it. I'm the Hulk, and I smash things.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a ground shaking stomp. So okay, let me make the roll. A melee. Okay, it's a melee check. Yeah, compared to agility defense.
Agility defense. Okay. 14 for the Dormelage.
14.
Beats it. All right, but also Rocket and Tony, I need you to roll.
Oh.
What am I rolling?
Agility defense. Oh no, it's just against their
Or
agility.
tell me what your
defense.
agility. Yeah, tell me what your agility
14.
defense is.
I'm
So since Tony is still down, you have edge on this. Do I make you take the edge or bank it? I think you have to take the edge and re-roll your lowest dice.
Me?
Who?
A Hulk, since it's an attack that affects Tony as well. And since he's rebooting, he's still prone.
So re-roll my lowest one.
Does that... Real quick, let me just check it. That makes sense. Tell me
Yeah,
if that
so
makes
it'll
sense.
potentially do more
Right?
damage to him because he's prone.
Yeah, it shouldn't affect
Yeah.
everybody. It's just affecting me, right?
So re-rolled that.
The re-roll, correct. Yeah, it will.
15. It's not 15
Okay.
damage. This is
Would
just
di-
the check.
The check. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the damage from that attack?
So the
Because that would be the same for everybody,
the
right?
previous one was
Yeah, go with that one probably.
Yeah, we'll
wait,
go with
hang on,
that.
melee. Let me make sure it's melee damage.
melee.
Any targets the attack succeeds take half regular damage. Oh, so they just take half damage. Any targets that the attack succeeds take half regular damage. Right?
Okay.
Yep.
And so
Fantastic.
that is this is melee, so
Like a quarter damage, I
so
think.
12,
Yeah,
so
Shane.
6 damage.
Okay.
Okay, 6.
So he rolled the 15 on that one against me. My agility defense is 14, so I am taking then that 6 damage, right? Because then I'm getting hit. Yeah.
Correct. And then everyone else takes, well, except Rocket.
0.
They take 6 damage as well. Okay, cool. Thanks for mathing with us.
Yeah.
All right, that is back up to Rocket.
Shook that one off pretty good.
You've just avoided this ground shaking.
I probably was like hovering with my
Smash.
jetpack for a little bit. That's why it was fine.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some power you got in those legs. I will maybe do an energy blast. I'll go ahead and blast Warrior B here. 13.
That is agility. Defense is a 14.
So miss.
Yep.
Maybe I'll move a bit.
Okay. And you can go up.
Yeah, I'll go
wall
up this wall
too.
here. Let's get her along.
I'll crawl up this wall right here. Okay. Was there any effect to the ground stomp? Like, are they prone or
Only on a
anything like that?
fantastic success, so no.
Okay. Cool. All right. Tony's still rebooting.
What?
He isn't moving.
I
What?
thought
This is your turn now. Okay.
I rebooted
Jarvis,
last time,
come on.
and I should be able to use my movement to stand up, right?
Yeah.
So how many? The one is knocked out, right? And then we have. I wasn't looking too hot. I think was how you phrased it, Banner.
They're not. Banner surprisingly didn't do like a crazy.
So we still have all four then.
No, one
Well,
is.
that's what I'm
one
saying.
is
So the one is
completely-
down. And
Yes.
then okay. So if I can't remember, is there opportunity attacks in this? Like if I try to get out, am I within range where that would be? I would be affected by one of those if I try to fly up, or no?
Yeah, we're not going to worry about opportunity.
Okay.
attacks.
So he's just gonna kind of fly up here, I guess, and then just take a shot down. Is it this one right here that still has some health on him?
they're going.
Okay. So we're going to use my elemental burst, which is my repulsors. And it says I make a ranged attack against an enemy in line of sight. If it's a success, they take regular damage. On a fantastic, of course, they take double. And we will do that. And that is a 15 to hit with a fantastic success.
Yes, that
44
hits.
damage.
Whoa! And that's 2-1.
To one. I've had enough of this.
They're
He kind of shoots up.
like knocks them down, like skids them along the ground. Like this is and it like superheats the floor where they are. And that was that the one right above
Yes.
Banner?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we're back, Jarvis. All right, Banner. Let's do
Back
this.
online, sir.
The two standing there, you see as they are like pulling themselves back up from this ground stomp, they look at each other. They are actually going to try and make a break for it. They're going to use double their movement.
What?
Yeah, I got to zoom out here.
Where'd they go?
Oh, that's so speedy.
They are.
Movement each?
They. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 run speed.
Which,
Um,
real
How
quick,
did they use? Oh, they use like their action to do double. Okay.
correct.
the regular Iron Man
yes.
has a 15 flight speed. You only gave him 5. I call shenanigans on that. But
You got D ranks, bro.
Also because I don't want to create a map that is like 90 tiles.
out of combat, he does 50 times his flight speed. Literally, that's literally the thing, 50 times.
You're fine. So they're trying to get away. And that is both of their movements. You see as they're running, raising Kamoyo beads up to their mouth, speaking, and yeah, just charging, huffing away. That is
Let 'em
Hulk.
go.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Run away.
So now I'm literally. I was exactly 12 tiles behind them. So
What is your jump speed more than your run speed? Your jump distance?
yes, by 1 tile. So I can jump.
Nice.
I can jump and I can jump in front of them, which is what I'm gonna do. So that would be, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But I can't attack.
Correct. All right, that is back to Rocket.
We'll let them go, I think. I don't know. Do we really want to chase them?
Hulk can't hear you.
Tony,
I'm
'Cause
gone.
he literally just.
where's he going? Should we go? Should we follow?
They're bad guys. I'm not
We gotta
letting
stop
them.
them. We gotta stop
All
them.
right.
Firework.
Let's go. I'll start the rocket boots. I forget where I was here. Hey, so I'll go 5. So I'll fly with my rocket boots. 1, 2.
Speak into the mic if you
Okay, I'll do a 5 with my flight, and then 1,
pulling a
2,
mat here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 away. I think I can elemental boost first.
And that is agility, defense of 14.
12. 12 is a no-no.
Okay.
I tried.
As a well, nope, that isn't within reach, so they will not react. That
We
is
gotta
Tony.
get you a better gun, Raccoon. I'm gonna fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that puts me within 10 range. And I'm gonna do an elemental burst from here and shoot at the one that was in the back right there.
Showing me how it's done.
That is an 11.
That misses.
Gotta get you a better suit, Tony.
Gosh. Let's see here.
Bite me.
So the one directly in front of you, she raises her spear. She is. Gosh, I don't even want to know your resilience. It's like 35 or something. Gonna do the one in back tosses her spear to the one directly in front of her. Directly in front of her. She catches it and she does this move where she connects the two in the middle and it becomes this one long staff, like double the length. Second warrior is going to move this way, and
This is the one with the double staff?
no, this is the
That's
one
good
who surrendered
Okay.
her weapon. She's going to move. I'm trying to see if that is
Staircase?
like yeah, if this is that is okay. Yeah. She doesn't want to go that way though. She's
Oh my
going
God.
to do 1, 2, 3. She's going behind 4, 5, 6, and she's moving this
3D
way.
chess.
She's gonna keep and the other is going to do a whirling frenzy, and that's a fantastic success.
Of course it is.
I know. He's rolled like 6 of them.
Double damage.
Do you
No,
do you
I
want me
believe
to-
you. 100% believe you. It's just par for the course.
I have the goddess Bast on my side. So that is a fantastic success. But the 4, so it hits.
Does it? What's the number?
Well, it's a
Yeah, it
fantastic
always does.
success, so it's automatic.
Oh.
Yeah. 6 times 2, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage. She's like Aang right now. She's like twirling this huge, really and in the back of your mind, you're like, this is part distraction, but this is also like an effective attack because she's opened herself up and made this huge attack so that you keep all the focus on her and she's hit with it. So that is 15 points of damage to the Hulk. I don't think it hurts Hulk. I think it
Not
just
a
kind
lot.
of like, it's like that nick across the cheek, you know?
But now he's
That
really
just
mad.
draws like the drop of blood. Okay, that is to you.
Yeah. Well,
Hulk.
the eyes are gonna flare green. Hulk is also aware that this other one is not gonna get away and is gonna take out all the anger on that one. So we're gonna go. This space is here, and it is time to Hulk smash. And so smash.
Force field.
Costs 5 focus. I need some help with the math on this one.
That's not bad.
Character makes a close range attack with edge. This attack add +1 to the character's melee damage bonus for every 2 points of focus that they spend. 30 focus. So
that'd be 15 additional
15 additional
points of damage.
So that's it's
Okay.
for a cost of 35 focus. All right, so now I roll, right? Or can I use my awesome
Correct.
roll that I already did?
I'll allow it.
since Neil's allowed, we'll
Okay.
allow it.
So that one was a fantastic success, which the target is going to take double damage and is
Right.
going to be stunned. So +1 for each focus spent for every 2 focus spent. So that's 15 extra damage, right?
Right. And what's the base there?
I guess
So
6
take
because it's a fantastic,
your marble
right?
dice. So 6. What's your melee multiplier? So 6 times 6 is 36 plus.
Wait, no, it would
They're
just be
down.
6 plus 6.
Well, the multiplier. What's your you have your Marvel dice times whatever that multiplier is. That gives you base damage.
I'm really confused. I thought I've been doing it wrong then. I thought it was just adding it, not multiplying it.
So your damage is Marvel dice times 2, so that's 12.
Yeah, I've totally been doing this wrong the entire game.
Well, what's your rank? Hold on. What's your rank?
3.
Okay, so you should be.
Oh no, it is times 6. Sorry, I was looking at Bruce Banner. So it is 6. So that's 36 times 2 is 64 plus 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's with the ancestors.
Cool. That's what I wanted.
69.
Get smashed. Also, she probably would have been dead the first time because I should have multiplied by 6.
She's definitely knocked out.
Knocked out the first time because
Yeah.
I should have multiplied by 6 instead of added 6.
Yeah. So that's what that little X is, and then plus whatever. Jeez Louise. So they're not going anywhere.
Going nowhere.
All right. Back to Rocket.
I'll keep flying. What did I say? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this closer one is still. Well, they're the one with the spear, right?
Yes, the big spear.
Let's try. I don't want to be boring and do the same thing, but I think I'm gonna be boring and do the same thing. Oh, yep. Let's do an energy blast.
Okay.
Nope. 8 total.
Okay. Yeah, that misses. I'm gonna say as a reaction, they're gonna strike out at you using. As you're up in the sky, they're gonna use riposte. 11 on melee. What's your melee defense?
Who, me?
Yep.
14.
Okay, that's a miss. Swings at you, misses as a reaction. That is to Tony next.
15.
It's this one right here, right?
Yep. You could try talk to him.
Well,
Get
I'm debating
information,
on trying to
get-
just grab them. Maybe my flight speed only 5, but I can't get over there.
You're 9 away.
We're just gonna shoot him. So let's
Okay.
what am I gonna
Show me how it's done.
4, 5. All right, yep. Let's take a blast. Once again, another elemental burst. Let's do it. That would be
14
a
to
16 because that's a fantastic. So that's
That hits.
44 damage.
That's wild.
Out.
Gets out of hand pretty quickly.
Yep. Dead.
Iron Man. Knocked out. Calm down.
Sorry, go on.
That is the end of combat for us.
Get smashed. Whoa. Back to Bruce Banner again.
Okay. Tony.
All right.
Tony's gonna go over to the one that he just shot and try to just give a scan, put his hand out and kind of just try to scan them and see if he can get any information from what is either the symbiote that it appears to be or whatever it is that's kind of on them. We've kind of hold his hand out.
Give me vigilance, difficulty of 11.
17.
I guess that's enough. So with the scan, shows you Jarvis breaks down on a not cellular, a skeletal level. You see like an X-ray of the body, great athletic specimen. You see another spear that was concealed in a pouch on her hip in case she needed to pull something out. You see the Kimoyo beads and not much else. You were specifically looking for the symbiote. At first you don't see much, but then you see what looks like something snaking down her neck, slithering onto the floor almost. Just the smallest tendril of goo.
Tony puts his hand out and tries to just shoot a repulsor blast at it to fry it.
Okay. Give me an agility attack with I'm gonna give that to
21.
You. Sorry, the agility defense was 35. That's crazy. Yeah, just boom, hits the floor and just a skid mark where it was.
We got to try to get rid of those things if we can. He leans over and takes off the Kimoyo beads and says, Hey, raccoon, here, and tosses them to him. Tosses him the rocket.
Agility catch? Or can I just catch it?
You can catch him.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Thanks, Doc.
You're welcome. And he turns around and sees what condition Hulk/Banner kind of is right now. Is he still seem like he's raging or okay, Banner? I think we're good here now. Need you to calm down there, big guy.
I see you. You're all, taking a second, taking your breath, and you hear a soft, beeping noise, kind of muffled, coming back in the direction where you were. Seems to be coming from that station that the first Dormelage had been working at.
Oh, the tablet. I wonder if they got Netflix on there.
I'll go and try to grab it
Disney Plus,
from the drawer there.
Okay. Yeah, you remember where she put it. You open it up, and there is just a message, incoming transmission. It's a phone screen, accept, decline.
Oh, accept.
Decline.
Decline.
We're on Do Not Disturb.
Put it back.
He's got no pants on. You can't be
answer it.
Put
So
your pants on?
considerate.
Put your pants on, boy.
And you see the face of Princess Shuri. And she goes, Io, what is going on in there? We're hearing commotion all across the city. I can hear it even from the Institute of Science.
Io's compromised. How are you feeling, Shuri? Feeling a little tentacly at all?
I do not know what tentacly means, but if you're referring to the symbiotes taking over the people of Wakanda, Dr. Banner, no, I am fine. I am being held in the Institute of Science. If I could get your assistance over here to free me, I can fill you in on what is going on. How long have you been here? Why are you not here already?
Well, your friends here have kept us occupied for quite a while. Way too long. It's been way too long. What's the quickest way to get to you?
If you leave the hangar, then you turn left down the main thoroughfare. There is a straight shot to the Institute of Science. Do not go the other way. That is where my brother is being held. We have a guard out in front of there blocking the building in case something happens. But
yeah, sure. You may want to check on
when we
those
get
guards because the guards that you had here to receive us, they were also corrupted by these symbiote. So, yeah, you may want to take a look at it. And he grabs the tablet and shows Shuri the Dormalaje that are kind of on the ground.
Smash into the concrete.
Murder.
bloody,
Crime
cracked
scene.
open skulls. And she's like, oh, this is not good. Be as quick as you can, and the transmission ends.
Well,
Guess
okay.
we're going down the hallway to the left.
I guess, but before we go, Rocket, can you help us with some of this, like some of your healing orbs, maybe? Because I'm really hurting pretty bad. I gave you those beads. I thought maybe you might want them, jacking the beanstalk.
They're called strategist orbs, man.
Okay. Can I maybe have some?
Yeah. Here you go.
I have a gameplay question.
How many
So,
you want?
if Hulk, so Banner has 60 health. If Hulk takes more than 60 health and then transforms back into Banner, what happens?
You go back to, like, you're basically operating two
So,
different pools.
so then
like,
Banner
your
has 60
whole-
health again. So I don't need to remove
Correct.
the health that I was the damage from Hulk and take it away from Banner's health. Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
That stays
Okay,
with Hulk.
cool.
Yeah.
And
I'm
how
gonna
much
give-
healing can I get?
30.
from
Is
Rocket?
30 or you want more?
I mean, I will take everything you have.
All right, I'll give you 40.
Yeah, Rocket's got a
Bargaining
lot
hell.
of focus, I'm pretty sure. But crazy that the guy who started the fight is...
Well, the one who took the most damage, I guess.
All right, you see the light over to
The
the
left.
left here. That appears to be the closest exit to the outside. You exit the spaceport and you walk out onto the streets of Burden T'Challa, and looking around, it is truly magnificent. It is a perfect mixture of the technological prowess and advancement that Wakanda is, with all the while honoring the heritage of what this nation is. So tall skyscrapers, but instead of, forgive my use of the word stark, plain silvers and chromes, they're rich bronzes, and warm colors. The city looks inviting, but the first thing you notice is that there's not a single soul on the street. It's like tumbleweed empty.
She
Wow,
said
for the
go
best.
right. We go
Right
right.
is
now?
where T'Challa is.
No, she said go left.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, go left. Because remember they were saying there was that guard down there that I was a little concerned with, that they were possibly taken over by the symbiotes. But I gotta say, T'Challa seems to have done a pretty good job up here with everything that he has done with this intergalactic Wakandan empire.
So there's
Hopefully now.
there's buildings and stuff, but this is all within a space station.
Right.
That's crazy. I have to say. All right,
Pretty
let's go. Let's go find Shuri. She owes me.
Okay. I will say, if you... No, we'll save that for later. You making your way down this main boulevard, continually looking, checking for things.
Any healing shops? Or like
I'll take one healing, please.
go into like a cryo chamber and
So
repair.
let's say you see some street vendor carts. What type of treat would Rocket be looking for? Like, if Rocket could find a street food that could
Probably like a
that he
burger
would love.
or a hot dog. And he'd eat a little bit of the garbage with it. He just eat it right.
Raccoons ate trash.
Right in the wrapper.
Give me a logic roll. If you can beat a logic of 13, then I'll allow you to find some trash hot dogs.
I get to use the bonus.
Trash hot
11.
dogs for a trash panda.
Yeah, it's
Trash
non-combat.
dogs. Sorry, you said logic? Oh yeah, no.
Yes.
I got 11. I'm not logical. It's a 0.
Anybody want to maybe
You
give
guys
him
see
a help
any of
action?
the trash dogs?
You know what? I'll help you, trash panda. You helped me. I'll help you. So what do I need?
Panda.
Crazy. Basically, you'll be giving an edge. So re-roll your lowest dice, Rocket.
13? What'd you say?
13.
Trash dogs. Here we come.
Meets it, beats it. Sweet. Okay. Now let's do. Give me a straight roll, all 3 dices. And what are you rolling for focus or are you rolling for health?
Oh, what I get for it? Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
What do you want to roll for?
I'll go focus.
Okay, so I'll let you roll and you can double that as amount of focus.
Sick. Oh, wow. I got
Wow, I rolled a
16.
50. That's crazy.
I got 16.
On my 3
6s and a
D6s.
4.
16, so
32.
32 points of focus
Yeah.
back. Okay. Don't ever say I never gave you nothing.
What'd I say? 32.
36.
32.
No.
50,
32.
60, 72. All right.
All right.
You guys gotta try
Um,
these. Oh,
You know,
you guys want to try stuff?
Nah, I
Rocket,
think I'm good.
You sure? It's good.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Banner, come on.
all
Have a
right.
try.
Nope.
We-
No, like you.
Look at those
Will
pants.
do
You gotta
nothing
fill
for
up
me
those
in this
pants.
form.
They're too big for you. Eat a try.
this large, not imposing, but I don't know, all the architecture here feels welcoming. It is just like the colors are warm and inviting. Everything here seems like it was made with care, and like the city itself is a character, like it is almost watching out for you. And you approach the Institute of Science. The front of it is all glass, windows, doors, but then it has 2 outcropping walls, I guess you might say. And yeah, as you approach the building, no one is around.
Oh boy. Is this another setup by Shuri? Is Shuri just setting us up on this?
I don't know.
Are you
No,
asking
I'm
me
kind
that,
of just asking the
Travis?
group here. Like,
No.
Guess we'll find out.
We still have the communication device. Can we call her?
you have the beads.
You have the tablet.
In the
Oh, I got the bead.
Or you have the beads on you. Do any of you know how to work Komoyo beads?
Jarvis, can you help us try to figure out how to run these beads here? You were able to jam the transmission last time. Is it possible for you to maybe help us send a transmission? Maybe back to the princess?
I can certainly try. Roll me a... What did I have you do before? Vigilance or logic?
I mean, probably logic probably is the right one, right?
Okay, let's do logic. Trying how to figure out how to work these specifically, if you're not familiar with Wakandan tech already, let's do a difficulty of 14.
Now I do have the gearhead and the inventor traits, so I know my way around machines and good
So
at
I'll
coming
give
up with
you
solutions on the fly.
So I'll give you edge.
All right, so that's a 16. It's a fantastic, and I have a 6. My Marvel die, and then I will try to re-roll my 2. Re-roll a 2.
I mean, it was a 14.
616.
I was looking for the 616, but I actually got it. Ultimate fantastic on the re-roll.
Okay.
616.
All right. And what were you were looking to try and figure out?
Reach out to her, like use the beads and try to see if we can connect with Shuri.
Okay. How are you analyzing these beads? What is Iron Man trying to do?
I think, well, first of all, yeah, Rocket, can I have those beads? Oh, you're not going to take them off? Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. Here you go.
Okay, so I catch him real quick, and then he just holds them in his hand and holds his... I would think, for some reason, I just think he's scanning things almost by holding his hand over it, and then you see that...
Yeah.
Because you kind of see that actually in the game when it actually... Well, I guess it's more kind of coming out. He's projecting out of his chest, but kind of scanning the beads, and then Jarvis is kind of, I guess at that point, figuring out exactly how to use them, and then the readout, I would think, would come onto his visor to show him exactly... the mechanics on how to use it, and so then he taps the bead, which seems to be what the one we encountered earlier, what she was able to do by communicating, and hopefully in doing that, then it also will create a link within his helmet to Shuri, so he doesn't actually have to keep tapping the beads. He can just communicate that way.
Okay, so Jarvis does this. You see effectively as he's working this out is kind of like rewriting a code to where it's like he is copying the OS of the Komoyo beads and basically translating it into something that you're familiar with. So it's not necessarily that you need to learn how to use Komoyo beads, but they are learning Stark tech.
Awesome.
And it opens up a channel to the last signal that Princess Shuri sent. And
Shuri,
a video does not pop up, but instead a text message appears on the screen. This message appears on your heads-up screen, and I've dropped it in chat for you.
Hello, chat.
Oh my. Oh, is this
Okay, just for the folks at home, it doesn't make any sense.
it is gibberish. If Clippini X
Matt
Maraxa
sneezed
just
all
the
over
western of the
keyboard.
TVs. Yeah.
Jarvis,
Face
run
roll.
a check to see if you can decipher this language at all.
So if you want Jarvis to do it, I will need you to give me a logic check with a difficulty of 20. Otherwise, I would like you guys to do this.
Okay, no, I got a fantastic, but it was a 12, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. This will be a separate check if you want to do it.
Okay, can I also try then?
You can make checks about it to see if there's a way for you to possibly decode it. Have fun with the puzzle. Come on.
This is going to take some time.
Yeah.
Has the Quimpany X Marines too many X's, yeah.
Miss.
And I'll clip out some of the dead space, but you know.
Lots of M's.
MXL, 2 of those.
That's got to be one letter or one word.
What does?
The AMXL is a word.
Yeah.
And then it's capital letters at the end. KVMSX.
Doom.
With an extra M. Or O. Do.
No.
I'll give you a
No.
hint. It's not an anagram, so that it's not just a rearranging of
Right.
letters. Like KVMSX, those are you won't rearrange those to find the word.
I'm not good with these, man.
You can make a check. You can ask Jarvis to see if there's. This is code that has popped up. Basically, you've successfully reached the same signal that I like. But this is the information that you're presented with when linking specifically to the channel that Princess Shuri used.
With my ultimate fantastic roll.
You just
This is what she wanted you to see. Yes.
Well, she sent it to this was the last one that she sent to that person, right?
This is information that anyone contacting the signal that she used would get.
Oh, it's like a voicemail. Anything out of office?
This is like the text message. This is the prompt that shows up when logging into the system, basically.
I mean, can I have?
I don't know what kind of check to make for this.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have no idea. Is there patterns, Jarvis?
Okay.
Can we run this and see if there's a pattern of some kind?
Okay. Give me a. I'll make that part of your ultimate fantastic.
Okay, so
Mr. Stark, it appears to be a ciphertext of some kind.
You know what ciphertext is?
I'm still repairing your system, so I'm not able to split focus at the moment.
Banner, you getting anything from this?
So I'll allow you to use the internet as your friend.
The real internet?
If you don't know what a ciphertext is, there are multiple types, but it might point you. Tell me if this is like demeaning or if this is like.
It's like A equals another letter, B equals another letter,
Right.
that type of thing. Is there any?
Right.
Is that? That's
would
kind of
be
what I was
two?
thinking, but
Like, so EX would be TO. What other two-letter words?
Who has the highest logic out of all of you?
Mine's a 2.
0. Oh, that's Hulk. 5.
-3. Kens, if you can make a roll beat a difficulty of, if you can make a straight roll beat a difficulty of 11, ciphertext it is. If it is a fantastic success, I will give you even more detail
Okay.
than that to give you how to solve.
It's bad.
It's a non-combat, so you get that
Oh.
modifier.
16.
Okay, all right. So this, Tony, I imagine you like project it out in the air, and you're like, "What, guys? What the heck?" And Banner, being the man of science, the genius that you are, you easily recognize this as a Caesar cipher.
Ah, yes.
And was it a fantastic
No.
success or no?
Okay.
The units
Me.
of plain text are replaced with ciphertext.
So knowing what a Caesar cipher is, it is a substitution. So basically, this cipher, there's a specific number, and every letter has been moved that many spaces. So if the number were 2, instead of the letter A, it would be the letter C.
That is not what I read a Caesar cipher was.
Caesar salad.
The Caesar cipher is the number 4. And it says Dora Milaje at Institute compromised. Proceed with caution. Use back entrance. Bypass lockdown with code GRIOT.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
No. Thank Jarvis. We're in the back end. Jarvis was able to boot up. And remember, you can't hear Jarvis. I can hear him in my head or my helmet. So, yes.
Wow.
Thank you, Jarvis. I appreciate it.
So
again, that is...
we're gonna-
I will...
Going in through the front, right?
Proceed with caution. Use back entrance.
Back.
So here it is.
So through the
Wouldn't that be crazy if that were still a code and that was incorrect?
We're going in the back.
Gonna go in the back. Having successfully decrypted what you hope to be the message that Princess Shuri was leaving for whoever was able to access this text, you make your way towards the rear of the Wakandan Institute of Science, seeing a loading dock before you. And as you decide how to basically breach this building, we're going to call it there for the night.
Yay.
All right.
Going in the back door.
Thank you guys for listening. We will be
hiding in a crate.
through the back door. I didn't want to say use the back door, so I went with back entrance because I almost said rear entrance, and then I was like,
Yeah,
I don't need
dumping
to say
it.
that.
Rear door.
So got to bring the dumps.
Thank you for listening. We will catch you next time here on Rivals Assemble, where we hope you join us for every adventure. Until next time, peace.
We'll catch you later.
Peace.